HarperCollins presents The Neverending Empire, written by Aldo Cazzullo, translated by Dana Rinaldi, read by Dugald Bruce-Lockhart.
Others, no doubt, will better mould the bronze to the semblance of soft breathing, draw from marble the living countenance, and others, pleased with greater eloquence, or learn to measure better than we the pathways of the heaven, the risings of the stars. Remember, Roman, to rule the people under law, to establish the way of peace, to battle down the haughty, to spare the meek. Our fine arts, these, forever. Virgil, Aeneid. There was a dream that was Rome. It shall be realized. Maximus Decimus Meridius, Gladiator. Introduction. Rome has never fallen. The Roman Empire never really fell, nor will it ever fall. It has continued to live on in the minds, words, and symbols of the empires that came after it. Most remarkably, the Anglo-Saxon empires are the direct heirs of the Roman Empire. It's no coincidence that the British Empire lasted a long time, nor that nowadays we talk of an American empire. The symbol of the United States of America is the same one that the Roman legions used, the eagle. The USA's motto is A pluribus unum, out of many states, one. The capital, meeting place of the United States Congress, is named after the Roman Capitolium, one of the legendary 7 hills upon which Rome was born, regarded by ancient Romans as the symbol of Rome's immortality, and still the seat of the mayor of Rome. The American capital, Washington, D.C., has many similarities with Rome. The Jefferson Memorial is a copy of the Pantheon, and the White House is a neoclassical building. Most of all, the American Empire's strategy is the same as that of the Roman Empire. For all these reasons, the USA doesn't simply have 300 years behind it. The country's story, just like China's, is 3,000 years long. The peoples of the Western world are not the direct descendants of the ancient Romans. The great adventure of migration has mixed ethnicities, but we can claim the political, moral, and cultural inheritance of the Romans. Rome lives on in our languages, in our buildings, in our minds. Something of ancient Rome has remained in our way of speaking, building, thinking. And if today we are Christians, it is because Rome became Christian. Rome inspired the novels, comics, and films we watched as children, from Quo Vadis and Asterix to Ben-Hur, long before Gladiator. No historical era has influenced subsequent generations quite so much, not least because the years of the foundation of the empire coincide with the birth and crucifixion of Jesus, which also changed the course of human history. The style of ancient Rome has never died out. It periodically resurfaces throughout history. From the Renaissance to Neoclassicism, from Palladio to Canova, from London to Washington, D.C., some of the greatest artists of the Western world have drawn, painted, and sculpted, as they thought, the ancient Romans did. Throughout history, every emperor considered himself the reincarnation of Caesar, while every revolutionary viewed himself as the new Spartacus. Every empire has perceived and portrayed itself as the successor to the Romans. Byzantium, Moscow, the Third Rome, the Holy Roman Empire of Charlemagne, the Austro-Hungarian and German empires, both of which claim to be the successors of the Holy Roman Empire, Charles V, on whose empire the sun never set. And the British Empire too, which controlled India with a handful of soldiers, the majority of whom were Indian, just as Rome kept the barbarians at bay with armies composed of and commanded by barbarians, who often were permitted to retain their own particular war cries. Napoleon adored Caesar. He wrote a book about him and did not want to be crowned king of the French, but rather their emperor. The American Empire, just like the Roman Empire, was built by forging different alliances and pacts with different peoples, and by valuing military and cultural influence over the occupation of territories, because real power is not over land, but over souls, not to mention the economy. Not surprisingly, today, even digital emperors, Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk avowedly, but others as well,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?